things are not quite what they appear.
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, the 11th film in the Harry Potter franchise, but does it still have the magic? The third installment of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which follows the continuing adventures of Newt Scamander. I love Harry Potter. I've read all the books, I've seen all 8 of the original movies, and I've seen the last 2 Fantastic Beasts movies, but I'm not a super fan like some people are. Like if I went on that Harry Potter game show, I think I would lose in the first round, but I am a big fan of the franchise. I love the original movies. I love the original series. I think it's great. I actually like the first Fantastic Beasts movie a lot. And I did not like the second one really at all. Sorry, I got lost there for a second because I had to think about what even happened in the second movie, and I can't really remember much except for like the last 20 minutes. And that can tie into exactly how I feel about Secrets of Dumbledore. I was very disappointed in this film. Not that I had very high expectations, it just confirmed my biggest fears about this film. And really this franchise moving forward. My biggest fear for The Secrets of Dumbledore was that it would feel filler, just like The Crimes of Grindelwald. Like there's not much that actually happens in the movie. It's like we're on this vessel, we're just being pushed around different areas of the wizarding world and seeing a lot of Easter eggs, references to the first films, but that's really it, and there's not much of a story driving these plots, and that's exactly what happened with The Secrets of Dumbledore. There really is no plot here. There's really not much that goes on. Actually, now that I think about it, it's kind of funny. I just read the synopsis from IMDb about this film, and there's really nothing about the plot. Not saying your synopsis has to talk about the plot, but if they really wanted to write a synopsis about this film, I think it'd be extremely difficult. And then I went back and looked at the synopsis for Crimes of Grindelwald, and it's basically the same thing, just as the second installment of Fantastic Beasts. These 2 films really feel like they don't have a reason to exist, besides the fact to throw some Harry Potter nostalgia at you. I know there's some bigger picture that they're going to go for by the end of this series, and I think there's supposed to be 3 more films, and I know what they're leading up to. It's what we all want to see, and maybe eventually that's enough to drive some sort of narrative. But for these last 2 films, it really feels like filler. Secrets of Dumbledore has horrible pacing issues, and it really feels like J.K. Rowling is writing the script as they're making the movie, because it seems like it's just a sequence of scenes. They don't feel like they're organically put together. It seems like we got to go to one thing to see some Harry Potter stuff, and then we got to go do another thing to do some Harry Potter stuff, and there's a lot of long dialogue that goes in between those scenes that's really not interesting at all, and then by the last act of the film, you have somewhat of a fun sequence, something that you'll probably remember from the movie, kind of like Crimes of Grindelwald, and then that's really about it. I think there's one sequence in this film, besides the last act, that was somewhat fun. It has to do with some scorpion crabs. They have to I won't talk about too much because that'd be spoilers. That's the only part of the film that will stick out for me. The only part of the film that felt somewhat fun. And that's really disappointing. I really wanted to like this film because I am a huge fan of Harry Potter. And what this franchise is trying to do eventually show us, I really still want to see. But if you're just going to make a sequence of filler movies that gets to that point, I don't know why this franchise exists at this point. My favorite part about the film is probably the performances. I really like Jude Law as Dumbledore. I thought he was great in Crimes of Grindelwald as well. And I like Mads Mikkelsen as Grindelwald. I thought he did a good job too. But there are a lot of characters introduced really abruptly, just thrown in there, and you're supposed to care about them immediately, and they just do a bad job of introducing them and giving them any sort of characterization. There's really no arcs. There's nothing there. And some characters are completely gone. Completely gone. They're in the movie for maybe 40 seconds, and that's pushing it. And I don't know what happened. If she decided to not be in production, I really don't know. It was just so bizarre how little screen time this character had. But I guess if I want to talk about other things I liked about the film, it is fun to be back in the wizarding world. I always love that world. That's always fun. And the film, for the most part, looks fine. Like David Yates, I always liked his style of directing for the Harry Potter franchise. Thought that's all good. But overall, Like I've been saying, I was just really disappointed in this film, even though I didn't have super high expectations. I thought maybe it could hook me again, hook me back into this franchise, the story that they're trying to tell, but it really didn't. It felt like another filler movie, and honestly, for this fourth movie that's going to definitely come out, I really am not excited about it at all. If it's going to be like the last two movies, I'm just thinking, why bother? I'm going to give Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, 4 Davey Daves. I'm curious to see what people think about the film or how they feel about it. I saw this in a packed theater of diehard Harry Potter fans, and they seem to be having a lot of fun with it. But I'm really curious to see, because I know a lot of people who are diehard Harry Potter fans have not really liked these movies so far. So, Fantastic Beasts 3. Let me know what you guys thought of it once you've seen it. I'm curious to hear. And thank you so much for watching. Click here to see more of Dave's Takes.